You need to see this before tomorrow. Why you must set boundaries during Sun Sextile Neptune, May 22nd. Hey everyone, welcome back. There's a powerful and subtle energy building in the skies right now. And trust me, you don't want to ignore it. On May 22nd, we're experiencing a Sun Sextile Neptune transit, a beautiful, dreamy alignment that can bring deep intuition, creative inspiration, and spiritual insight. But here's the thing. This transit also comes with a hidden challenge: the erosion of boundaries. While it may feel easier to connect, help others, or even lose yourself in fantasy, you could also find your energy drained, your intentions misunderstood, or your kindness taken advantage of. That's why it's absolutely crucial to set strong energetic, emotional, and personal boundaries during this time. In this video/post, I'll break down exactly what this transit means, how it might affect you, and the specific actions you need to take before tomorrow to protect your peace, stay clear, and navigate this cosmic wave with confidence. Let's dive in, because being aware now can save you from serious regret later. The hidden dangers of overgiving. Why Sun Sextile Neptune demands boundaries. Sun Sextile Neptune is often described as a time of increased compassion, creativity, and spiritual connection. And while that's true, there's a shadow side that isn't talked about enough: the tendency to overgive, overextend, and blur the line between helping and self-sacrifice. Under this transit, you may feel more emotionally open, more empathic, and more willing to say yes to things you'd normally decline. That's because Neptune dissolves boundaries, while the Sun brings attention and energy. Combined, they can make you feel like it's your responsibility to fix, heal, or carry others emotionally, even if it's at your own expense. Here's what to watch out for. Emotional drain. You may absorb other people's energy more than usual. If you're not protecting your space, you could end the day feeling exhausted without knowing why. People-pleasing. There's a heightened desire to be liked, to help, to avoid conflict. That can lead to saying yes when your inner self is screaming no. Illusion versus intuition. Neptune can inspire deep insight, but it can also cloud judgment. Without clear boundaries, you may mistake emotional entanglement for spiritual connection. Spiritual bypass. You might be tempted to ignore real-world responsibilities or red flags in the name of compassion or idealism. The key? Boundaries are not barriers, they're filters. They help you stay connected to others without losing yourself in them. Now is the time to tune into your intuition with discernment and ask, am I giving from love or from guilt, fear, or obligation? Psychic overload? How to ground yourself during Sun Sextile Neptune, May 22nd. When the Sun forms a sextile to Neptune, your intuitive channels swing wide open. Dreams become more vivid, emotions run deep, and your sensitivity to others, both emotionally and energetically, skyrockets. While this can be incredibly powerful for spiritual insight, creativity, and healing, it also comes with a real risk of psychic overwhelm if you're not grounded. Think of it like an antenna suddenly picking up all the frequencies at once. Without a grounding cord, you become energetically tangled, tired, confused, or even anxious without knowing why. That's why grounding isn't optional right now, it's essential. Here's how to stay grounded during this high vibration transit. Body. First, move, eat, rest. Your physical body is your anchor. Even simple movement, like walking barefoot on grass, stretching, or gentle yoga, can bring you back into your body. Eat grounding foods. Think root vegetables, warm meals, and honor your need for sleep. Breathe with intention. Try a quick grounding breathwork technique. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 8. Repeat 3 or 5 times while visualizing your energy sinking down into the earth like roots from your feet. Protect your energy field. You don't need to absorb everything you feel. Visualize a shield of light or set a daily intention like, I am open to truth, but protected from energetic clutter. Crystals like black tourmaline, smoky quartz, or hematite can also help absorb excess energy and provide psychic protection. Create a spiritual filter. Before meditating, journaling, or engaging in intuitive work, ask for clarity and truth only. Neptune's influence can bring deep insights, but also illusions. Setting that filter keeps your channel clean. During Sun Sextile Neptune, your sensitivity is your gift, but without grounding, it can become your burden. Take the steps now to stay anchored, and you'll be able to ride the intuitive wave instead of drowning in it. Don't get lost in illusion. The urgent need for boundaries. Before May 22nd, as we move closer to May 22nd, the cosmic landscape shifts into a deeply sensitive and subtle zone with Sun Sextile Neptune. This is a dreamy, spiritually charged aspect that dissolves barriers between the ego and the soul, between the conscious and the unconscious. It's a time when your intuition heightens, creativity surges, and your compassion deepens. But this same transit that opens the heart and awakens imagination can also lead you into illusion, confusion, and energetic entanglement if you're not careful. The Neptune fog, beautiful but dangerous. Neptune's influence is like a fog rolling in, gentle, quiet, and hard to notice until you realize you can't quite see what's real anymore. While the sun brings clarity and visibility, Neptune blurs the outlines. Together, they create a soft focus effect that can feel romantic, magical, even divine. But this glow can be deceiving. You may see people not as they are, but as you hope they could be. Make decisions based on fantasy rather than facts. Fall into savior roles, thinking it's your job to fix or rescue others. Feel spiritually high, but energetically ungrounded and mentally foggy. The desire to escape, to idealize, or to go with the flow can be strong, but unchecked. This energy can pull you away from your center and into situations where your energy, time, and emotional boundaries are drained. Why boundaries are critical right now. We often think of boundaries as barriers, but under this kind of spiritual influence, they act more like anchors, keeping us tethered to reality while we explore higher realms. Without boundaries, Neptune's energy can disorient your judgment, making it hard to know if something feels off or if you're just being too sensitive. Open you up to manipulation, especially from people who sense your compassion and want to take advantage of it. Cause emotional merging, where you take on other people's pain or moods as your own. Setting boundaries during this transit doesn't mean shutting down your heart. It means protecting your clarity, your truth, and your inner peace. How to keep it real without closing off. Here are practical ways to stay clear-eyed during this dreamy time. Pause before saying yes. Neptune loves to soften resistance, making it easy to overcommit, overgive, or get swept up in emotional tides. Before agreeing to anything, emotionally, financially, or spiritually, give yourself at least 24 hours to reflect. Check the evidence. When you're feeling guided or spiritually drawn to someone or something, pause and ask, what's the reality here? Not just the feeling. Are actions lining up with words? Is there consistency? Use grounding rituals. Start each morning with a grounding practice, breath work, body scans, or even just placing your hands on your heart and saying, I see clearly. I trust my truth. I protect my peace. Be clear with others. If someone drains your energy or continually crosses your emotional boundaries, be gentle but firm. You can say, I care about you, but I need space to reconnect with myself. That's not rejection, it's protection. Avoid major life decisions, if possible. Neptune's haze isn't ideal for contracts, commitments, or anything requiring razor-sharp logic. Use this time to reflect, dream, and imagine, but wait to act until clarity returns. Stay soulful, not self-sacrificing. This transit is an invitation into deeper compassion and soul connection, but don't mistake that for a call to martyrdom. You are not required to carry the emotional weight of others to prove your worth. You're allowed to care deeply and still say no. By setting intentional boundaries now, you create the sacred space needed to access the truest gifts of this transit: inspiration, spiritual insight, and divine connection, without getting lost in someone else's storm. Empaths beware. This cosmic alignment calls for serious self-protection. If you're an empath, intuitive, healer, or just someone who feels everything, then listen up, because the upcoming Sun Sextile Neptune alignment on May 22nd is a cosmic cocktail of deep sensitivity, heightened emotions, and psychic openness. And while it can be beautiful, it can also be completely overwhelming. Neptune opens the energetic floodgates, and the sun shines a spotlight on wherever it touches. Together, this transit amplifies emotional perception, dissolves personal boundaries, and makes you a sponge for other people's energy, whether you want to be or not. This is why self-protection isn't optional for empaths right now. It's vital. Why empaths are especially vulnerable during this transit. Sun sextile Neptune makes your intuitive radar extra sharp, but it also makes it easier to confuse other people's emotions with your own. If you're an empath, you might find yourself suddenly anxious, sad, or tired, without any clear reason, attracted to helping people in crisis or fixing emotionally unavailable partners, feeling guilty for setting limits, or afraid to say no, drifting into escapism, fantasy, or spiritual bypassing to avoid discomfort. That's Neptune's pull, soft, dreamy, and seductive. It whispers, merge, surrender, dissolve. But for empaths, that merging can mean losing yourself. What self-protection looks like right now. Here's how to stay spiritually open without being energetically invaded. Seal your energy field. Daily visualize a protective light shield around you each morning. Try this. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Imagine a white or golden light surrounding your body. Thick, soft, and impenetrable. Say, only truth, love, and clarity may enter. All else dissolves. Even 60 seconds of this can make a huge difference. Use empath-friendly boundaries. You don't need to explain or justify your energy limits. Use clear, kind phrases like, I'm not available for that right now. I need to recharge. Thank you for understanding. People who respect your energy will honor your boundaries. The ones who don't, that's your clarity. Cleanse your energy field. Take salt baths, burn Palo Santo or sage, or use sound healing, like a singing bowl or even a favorite playlist, to reset your field. Empaths often carry what's not theirs. Make energy clearing a daily ritual during this transit. Avoid energy vampires. That friend who always dumps their drama on you, the co-worker who leaves you drained after a single conversation. Limit exposure, especially around May 22nd. You're not being rude, you're being responsible. Prioritize solitude plus stillness. You need space to process what you feel. Schedule non-negotiable alone time, unplug from emotional noise, and spend time in nature if possible. That's where your clarity resets. Reminder for every empath right now. I am not here to carry what doesn't belong to me. My sensitivity is sacred, not a weakness. Boundaries are an act of self-love, not rejection. The gift behind the challenge. While this transit may feel overwhelming, it's also an invitation to deepen your spiritual practices, strengthen your energetic hygiene, and reclaim your power as a conscious empath. When you protect your space, you gain the clarity to channel this cosmic energy in a way that inspires, uplifts, and empowers, without burning yourself out. Because here's the truth. You are not here to absorb everything. You are here to transform it, with discernment, grace, and boundaries.